Imagine boarding your flight, thinking everything's fine, only to land and find out you're locked out of the United States. For good. New green card travel rules in 2025 just dropped. But guess what? They're not telling you everything you need to know. Until it's too late. Today we're diving deep into the hidden traps, new requirements, and the unspoken risks every green card holder must know. This could save you from heartbreak, lost jobs, or even deportation. Stick around, because your American dream might just depend on it. Alright, let's start with the basics. 2025 is not just another year for green card holders. US immigration laws have seen one of the biggest shakeups in decades. And if you think the rules stayed the same, think again. In an effort to tighten border security, prevent green card abuse, and streamline citizenship pathways, the US has rolled out a list of new travel regulations. Some are straightforward, but others, they're dangerously easy to overlook. Sounds complicated? It is, but don't worry, I'm breaking it all down for you, step by step. Key changes include stricter re-entry interviews, mandatory proof of ties to the US, shortened safe travel period, and new penalties for misinterpreted abandonment. First myth we have to kill. As long as I come back before 6 months, I'm fine. In 2025, that's no longer safe advice. Even trips under 6 months can trigger red flags. Immigration officers are now trained to look beyond just the timeline. They're investigating intent. Was your trip temporary? Did you maintain ties to the US? Are you still genuinely living here, or are you using your green card as a convenience? If you can't prove strong ties, even a 2-week vacation can put your status at risk. Let that sink in. Recent pay stubs, US lease agreements, utility bills, or evidence of close family remaining in the US. Here's a shocker. In 2025, random re-entry interviews are no longer rare. They're expected. If you've been outside the US for 3 months or more, you could be pulled aside for a secondary inspection. And that means serious questioning. Expect questions like, where do you live? Where do you work? How long were you outside the US? Why were you abroad? Do you plan to continue living in the United States? Answer wrong, hesitate, or seem unsure. And you might be handed a notice to appear for removal proceedings? Yes, even if you have a valid green card in your wallet. One word that should terrify every green card holder: abandonment. In immigration law, abandonment doesn't mean you said, I don't want my green card. It means your actions made them think you did. Signs of abandonment now include spending long periods abroad without valid reasons, setting up foreign employment or residences, or letting US documents like your driver's license or bank accounts expire. In 2025, officers are trained to look for these patterns, and they can cancel your green card without warning at the port of entry. And get this, you have no automatic right to an attorney at the border. Thinking of keeping 2 homes, one in the US, one overseas? Be very careful. In 2025, dual residences are a major red flag unless you can show the US is your true permanent home. You must prove your main job is in the US, your family primarily lives in the US, and your bills, taxes, and memberships, like gyms or voting registration, are US-based. Without this evidence, a customs officer might decide you abandoned your green card based on nothing more than suspicion. Yes, it's that easy to lose it now. Planning to stay outside the US for more than 6 months? New rules mean a simple travel plan isn't enough. You now need a re-entry permit for absences over 6 months. And even then, it's not guaranteed protection. Applications must show a compelling reason for extended travel. Permits are harder to get if you already had one. Being outside for 1 year without a permit? That's automatic abandonment, unless you have exceptional proof otherwise. Bottom line, never plan a long trip without applying first. Hope isn't a strategy in 2025. In 2025, immigration officers are also looking at your tax returns. If you file as a non-resident for tax purposes, or if you skip filing altogether, congratulations. You just told the United States you don't consider yourself a permanent resident. Always file as a US resident, report global income, even if you're abroad. And yeah, keep records handy when traveling. Taxes aren't just for the IRS anymore. They're immigration evidence now. Thinking about applying for United States citizenship soon? Here's the kicker. Your travel record matters more than ever. Absences over 6 months, even if you made it back okay, can break your continuous residency requirement. You might have to wait longer before applying, restart the residency clock completely, or provide tons of additional documents. If you want that passport, be strategic with your travel starting now. Still think it's not that serious? Let me share 2 real stories from early 2025. Case 1, Maria, a nurse from the Philippines. She traveled home for 5 months to care for her sick father. At re-entry, officers questioned her, decided she had abandoned her residency and confiscated her green card. She's now fighting removal proceedings. Case 2, Ahmed, a tech worker from Egypt. He traveled back and forth for business, always less than 6 months. But he couldn't show strong ties in the United States. He lost his green card at the airport. Both believed they were safe. Neither are even allowed back into the United States now without visas. Alright, now you know the dangers. Let's talk about how to protect your American dream. Here are 10 golden rules for 2025 green card travel. Minimize trips abroad, unless absolutely necessary. Never stay outside more than 6 months without a re-entry permit. Maintain strong, provable ties to the United States. File United States taxes every year as a resident. Renew your driver's license, bank accounts, and memberships regularly. Carry supporting documents when re-entering. Keep a travel journal. Dates, reasons, addresses. Consult an immigration attorney before long absences. Don't let life abroad look more permanent than life in the United States. Always tell the truth at re-entry, but don't overshare. You worked so hard to get that green card. Don't let a simple mistake or misunderstanding rip it away. 2025's new travel rules are not here to scare you, but they are here to test you. Be smart, stay informed, protect your future. And hey, if you found this video helpful, smash that like button, share this with a friend who's a green card holder, and subscribe for more critical immigration updates. Remember, knowledge is power, and in 2025 it's your best passport to security.